Yo, what's up, YouTube or video? Got me on video. So today I want to talk about a little idea I just thought of right off the top of my head because everybody's been freaking out lately. Not freaking out, but it's been a hot topic lately on like diet and nutrition has been huge lately. I feel like I don't know. Everyone's been talking about diet, nutrition, different diets you can do, and yeah, like fitness routines and um, what was another one? Oh, intermittent fasting, stuff like that. That's been big. Well, that's what I've been watching lately. But anyway, I had another thought that that's all like really important, but also another thing that's important is it's like understanding drugs and how they integrate in our society because if you're like talking to children about drugs, like you have to be realistic, I feel like, and talking to your kids about drugs, you have to be realistic because you think about it like drugs are everywhere in society, and there's lots of legal drugs that are really prevalent. And I want to talk about four main ones right now. I just thought of as a way to like break it down. Maybe I shouldn't even include sugar, but I don't think so. But like caffeine, that's just a really like mild drug, but it's still a drug, and it's like everyone drinks caffeine. Everyone drinks caffeine. They don't even realize like that's a drug, and just because you're only ingesting it through like out drinking, I guess. But then drinking has another big drug, and that's alcohol, and those are both legal drugs that are just really prevalent in society that need to be addressed. Like they're legal, and I like them being legal. Not that I use them that much, but I think it's cool, and they could have benefits. Like just like different foods can have pros and cons, drugs can have pros and cons, and I think you just have to address it in a mature way. And the other two I want to talk about are the smoking ones, and that's nicotine / tobacco and cannabis. And I feel like those four drugs are so prevalent in our society nowadays and should be addressed in like a mature, and they're all legal now. I mean, cannabis is like not like fully legal yet, but it's getting there. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be legal in my lifetime. All of a sudden, boom, it's like legal in Cali. It's not legal federally, but it's legal in all these states. And when something's like legal in a state, it's legal. I mean, you think about so many wars have been fought over states versus federal rights, and like at that certain point, if it's not harming anyone, like the federal government's not going to get involved because they leave most those like small laws to the states. That's why people choose to go to different states, because they choose to go to those states for the laws, stuff like that. So, anyway, I was thinking, like, what if how you have your food macronutrients? You could also have your drug macronutrients. Like, you can have a recommended dose. If you're gonna do drugs, not like take a lot of them, but if you're gonna do drugs, try and space them out in this kind of a macronutrient. Especially if you're mixing, like people don't realize caffeine and alcohol, you're mixing that. So you have to be careful. And I was thinking like as a really safe macronutrient for drugs, for those drugs at least, is like for me it's like 95% cannabis. If I'm going to even do a drug, and I'm not even going to really do that many drugs in a day. Like shit, I barely eat. I don't like putting anything on my body. I like to be 100% natural. That's the truth. So that's why I like to smoke cannabis, because it just feels way more natural than any of the other three drugs. Like you look at caffeine. If I'm trying to get caffeine now, I'm going coffee, because even soda, like the ingredient list is crazy. I won't drink a soda. I won't. I'm so paranoid about that. It's not that bad. Like obviously, if I dropped like 2 or 3 pounds, I was working out from right now and only had a soda to drink for the next like couple days, yeah, I would start drinking soda. Hell yeah, but I'd really try and stay away from it because it just has so many bad ingredients and bad chemicals, stuff like that. It's like 95% cannabis, 3% caffeine, 1% alcohol, 1% nicotine. You know, I feel like that's a good macronutrient for drug distribution. And then after that, don't even do any drugs. I mean, there are other drugs out there that people do, and I've never gotten into them. It's pretty crazy, man. Like, you gotta, like, to go hardcore, and especially nowadays with pills and stuff like that, damn, dude. And, like, morphine, all that, people are going crazy with that. They're much deadlier than I feel like. I mean, alcohol is deadly, though. That's the thing. You gotta be really careful with alcohol. That's why I recommend, like, barely drinking. I mean, I used to drink a lot more when I was heavier, but once you're a little lighter, your body can't metabolize alcohol like, and you shouldn't even be drinking it that much. So it's really nice because now I can take like 1-2 shots and I feel it. It's so nice. Like, I'm not gonna be drunk off 1 or 2 shots, but I'll feel it. And it used to take me, like, when I was over 200 pounds, I used to have to throw alcohol down, like beer after beer after beer, before I would even start feeling anything. So yeah, alcohol is dangerous though. I'm 25. I'm almost 25. I'm a month away. And yeah, like, I made it this far. Obviously, I wasn't doing a lot of drugs. You can die. There's people that die much earlier than 25 off shit like fucking heroin, crack, cocaine. Like, we got to be honest. Like I said to our children and our next generation, those drugs aren't good. Don't stay away from, like, heroin. I've never done heroin in my life. Never tried it once. So it scares me that to even be around it, to be around a person that's doing it. How paranoid is that? But yeah, I don't know. It would be freaky if they were actively doing heroin. That was one that I was just taught never to do, like, even once. They're like, don't even do it one time. So I mean, but like cocaine, that's another one. Like, you gotta really stay away from. Never even do it once. Never even do it once. What was another one? Meth. I've never even done meth once. Oh my god. I've had. I've got to be honest. I've had family members. I have a big family, and I've had family members that have done meth, and it's not good, man. It's not a good one. I don't know. I don't think it's. I've never done it once, so obviously I don't know much about it, but I've heard, third hand, that it can really F people up. So, and yeah, those are and like crack or crack cocaine or something like that. I don't know, another one that's like a really bad one. But even like acid and shrooms and the hallucinogens, I would stay away from, honestly. Like, I've tried them, but I would stay away from them because, like, I wouldn't even do those ones if you're younger than me and you want my opinion. I wouldn't even do those ones if you haven't already. I would, like I said, those 4 other ones. I've done those safely and they're not that bad. And I wouldn't even say like hallucinogens are that bad. I've never like tripped like some, but there are people out there that have just like fully gone psychotic after one like trip. So I never really felt them. It just feels like, to me, it just feels like smoking a lot of weed. That's what it felt like. But there are people that really trip off those drugs. And then also like the really addictive ones like heroin and meth, you gotta stay away from those. Those are just like really addictive too. They're not just like a body, like a high, that you also get really, really addicted. And that's the thing. That's why I recommend low percentage of alcohol and nicotine, because those are really proven to be pretty addictive. I bet cannabis is pretty addictive too. I don't know. I bet they're going to come up with studies, but I've heard it's not physically addictive at all. So, and I've never had a problem. Like if I've had to quit for weeks. You know, I'm 25 now. I smoked my first blunt. I was 16 years old, just like yesterday. With my buddies, smoked my first blunt. I was so scared to hit it. I just thought I didn't know like one hit you could really mess your lungs up or start coughing. I didn't want to have to even cough once. You know, I was so tripping. I was 16. I smoked my first blunt, but I've been smoking for years, and it's now that it's legal, it's so nice, and I really hope it gets legalized federally. But like I said, I've quit for weeks on end, never had a problem, but I know people that drink and smoke cigs, they can't do that, and they have problems. So, you know, I was thinking about quitting for a few weeks recently, and I was like, nah, like, man, I'm paying off my student loans. It's time to celebrate. It's almost Christmas. My birthday's coming up. Can't be tripping like that. Like, I don't do any other drug but cannabis. That's the thing. So, and I barely do cannabis. I'm always just like working out and working. So, as long as I stay, you know, work. As long as I keep working, and I got to start playing video games again a lot. That's what I want to do because I'm just watching TV now, and I think I'm a great video gamer. I'm like one of the best, I feel like, out there at shooters. And any shooter you put me in front of, like Fortnite, I bet I could be good at that. You just give me like a few weeks, you know, and of training, I could get good at these shooters because, you know, I've played video games for so long. I'm just confident in my ability to get good. I not only like was good at Call of Duty, but I got good at Gears of War, Halo. Like any shooter, really, I feel like I could get good at. As long as you have to just aim and shoot, and it takes somewhat skill, I really separate from the crowd because, number one, a lot of people can't aim. People can't aim. And it's hard with a controller, too. I feel like that really separates me. Like a computer, I feel like anyone can aim with. It's pretty easy. But a controller is harder. And to pull the trigger, number two, I think is a hard thing for a lot of people to do because literally, I mean, come on, pulling the trigger, like, you're just because it's like a video game, you're shooting others. I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do, and people don't want to pull the trigger on their friends, pull the trigger on teammates, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a hard thing to do. So, number one, aim. Number two, being able to pull the trigger. Number two important skills in a shooter that I think I can still do. It's been a while. I haven't been playing video games a lot. I've been playing a lot of basketball, but I'm excited to get back in there and start playing some Call of Duty. Start playing some NBA 2K18 with LeBron. And if I got the money for it all, it'd be nice. Maybe start buying more video games. Keep my collection going. Now I'm paying my student loans off. I got to do something with this money, and you know, I can donate it. Some of it, I'm going to donate some money, and I also, all this money I'm working for, save some of it, donate some of it, and buy video games. That's what I want to start doing. So, anyway, YouTube, thanks for watching. I think I'll do this on YouTube, maybe, and I'm out.